Hello. Hi. Let's see if people. Oh, I gotta restart this real quickly just so you guys can enjoy it. YouTube chat viewer refresh. There we go. There we go. Hi. Hi everybody. Let's wait for people to trickle in. Let's see what's going on. Hi. Okay, we got somebody in here. Okay. I'll probably repeat this a couple times as we go throughout the night. It is election night. It is anxiety central because it's only a few hours in and it's going to be a close race, right? There are mirages, there are underperformances, there are overperformances. There's a bunch of obnoxious people making obnoxious fucking predictions. So here's what I will tell you. It's what I said a few days ago, right? Do not panic, like, about anything, right? Because there's going to be things that, like, happen that you're like, oh my God, it's going to work out. There's going to be things that happen that you're like, oh my God, this is like, Ohio is trending blue right now, right? So, but like, you can't overthink and overguess on certain things, right? So be measured, right? If things work out, then great. If not, we will be okay. All right? There will be consequences. There will be scary things, but we are going to be okay. All right? Okay? It's not going to be easy. This night is not going to be easy. It's like going through surgery or ripping off a Band-Aid. Ripping off a Band-Aid hurts. All right? But we're here and we're going to be okay. I'm also going to let people know very, very quickly, right? There are times I may be in and out. I may restart the stream. I may come back. But I want to offer you a place where you can vibe out, talk about things, not over stress. This shit is stressful as is, right? And we can look at things in a sober, measured fashion, okay? And not overthink too much. So, very quickly, ahead of time, things are pretty much proceeding as a close race, right? Harris just got Virginia called for, right? She's underperforming a few places, but they don't know what the final margin is going to be because there's a bunch of mail vote that's coming in, right? Nevada seems to be having a really, really high turnout. Georgia has a weird thing where certain counties, their voting hours were extended because of bomb threats from Russia. So those are probably still going to get some more votes coming in. The New York Times needle is up. Nate Cohn is worried about a red mirage because of Florida, because Florida shifted right. Of course it was going to shift right. It's fucking DeSantis country right now. So that's kind of the situation right now, right? We're still kind of a little bit in uncharted waters. Harris campaign is projecting strength. They think that they're very excited about the Puerto Rican vote in Philadelphia. Philadelphia's looking okay, or in Pennsylvania. But again, it's all really, really early, right? And so the one thing that you don't want to do is guessing games. Like, you don't want to think that everything's going to work out, and you don't want to think that everything's going to go to shit. So I promise you, stay calm. There are going to be times where I leave because I'm on caffeine and I don't want to have anxiety, right? But I'll give you a little bit of a chair stream so you guys can chat and have a good time, right? And maybe I can make a playlist of my music and you guys can, because it's fucking licensed to me. I can do whatever the fuck I want with it. And maybe you guys can enjoy yourselves for a little bit, all right? Okay. Oh my gosh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much for the $100 right off the bat. That's very, very kind of you. Yes, please, while I'm doing this, if you could throw super chats or any support my way, that would be nice. I am going to, it will help alleviate my anxiety, I'll tell you that. And by the way, just so you know, I'm not anxious because I think everything's going to go to shit. I'm anxious because I don't know. Uncertainty is fucking scary. All right, so let's start here. I got a Washington Post fucking subscription for this shit, all right? I'm going to be very careful on X because X is a shit show. Also, probably stay off of X. Like, while I'm like a deep sea miner going through the worst place imaginable. All right, so stay off of that shit. It's really like not great. Oh God. Oh, I gotta change my video resolution. Can you guys give me 1 second real quickly? Video resolution. Oh my God. It's not letting me. What? Is everything going okay? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys see me? Okay, if the stream gets a little bit choppy, I'll restart it, okay? But for right now, it should be okay. Okay, so who the fuck is Walter? Oh, Walter. All right. Okay. From Evo. All right. Okay. Cool. Well, the needles changed almost instantly, right? It was like 60%, and then it's gone like right here, right? So again, it's very early. It's super early. Mark Robinson lost though. Black Nazi guy. That guy got fucked. Good. Fuck that guy. You know. She's running ahead. Let's go to the Washington Post. So I did this because I went to David Dole. How's everybody here doing? You doing okay? You can see me fine? Wonderful. The question here in Missouri is will it go red? Will Prop 3 pass? Yes. There's some propositions in oh gosh, okay, so this is reading. Okay. Alright. Don't overthink it. There are mirages. Like fucking Kamala's not gonna win Kansas. Alright? Or Oklahoma. Alright? Texas is Texas. She's also not gonna. I don't think she's gonna win Ohio. All right, like that's crazy if she wins Ohio. But like, no, that's not gonna happen. She's gonna win Virginia. Virginia's a little bit nerve-wracking because this is the big thing everybody's talking about. It's a 9-point shift, right? And it's a sign of underperformance in Virginia, right? So that's the main thing people are talking about. But Lackawanna County, +9. Lycoming County, Pennsylvania, +9. The other thing you should also know is that polling error is supposed to be kind of sporadic in general. So let's say Harris overperforms her polls with certain demographics versus other demographics. Then you're going to see certain things like, hey, this is going to shift right. Hey, this is going to shift left, right? Let's say Oklahoma, well, what is Ohio saying? Oh, that's kind of interesting. What's she doing right here? Yeah, see, she's beating her polls here, but I don't think she's going to win. Yeah, she's behind. So, like, yeah. Like, and I mean, like, even in Indiana, she made some inroads, right? So don't overthink it, right? Ooh. Well, it's only 38%. Yeah. We're still early. Still very, very early. Yes, that's incredibly early. New Jersey. Right? So we're in different places, right? Let's go to Spoke with Phil. Phil's doing his best. He's doing good. Wished me well. He's like, yeah, man, I don't know what's gonna happen. Just gotta focus on the job. I'm focusing on the job. How are you guys doing? Let's talk to you guys for a second. How's everybody doing? Anxiety ridden, but all right. All right, Lou Silva. I was anxious with Phil. Now I get to be anxious with Zed. You're gonna be good, man. It's okay. It's going to be okay. Honestly, the biggest worry I had was, by the way, my girlfriend is in the room playing Paleo with me. But I was worried about her and how anxious she is and how anxious you guys are. Like, listen, guys, like, there are consequences. Like, don't act like they're not, right? But, and I'm probably going to be like a mess at times, right? But things are never as good or as bad as they seem. That's my general thing. Sometimes, like, they're very rarely, like, I just factor in incompetence into this, right? So, Trump term was bad. I thought it would have been worse, right? It'll probably be worse this time if it happens. Kamala Harris will probably be a great term. Probably be worse than I think it is. You know? Things are people don't hit maximized marks because it's big ass job. So, you know, you gotta be wary of that, right? They can be destructive, they can be problematic, but don't panic. There's gonna be issues, and we gotta just protect each other, right? So I just want to make sure we're not freaking out. Maddie, one person in my chat said hi to you. Hi. Kate Thomas, Maddie says hi. So. Alfie, it's 2 a.m. in Ireland. Oh, what's up? Jenna, I'm so sorry you're anxious, Jenna. It's going to be okay. Look at all of these bosses from Sonic Generations. Well, that disappeared there. All right, we're going to be fine, all right? Okay. So let's talk, don't these guys are like all like constantly panicking. Like that's the other thing is like except for election expert, all pundits are panicking, like consistently, and then they're either panicking or obnoxious. So that's the worst thing is you can't really get like that's what I'm saying nuance, right? So let's be as nuanced as we possibly can be. Okay, let's go to the Steve Kornacki cam, I guess. Yeah, he's been looping this motherfucker for like a second. Okay. I'm gonna also kind of let's see if we can get like an election count of like votes in and percentage in. All right, so Pennsylvania is 16% in. Ohio is 49% in, right? 17. She's not gonna win in Ohio. Oh my God, Missouri, blue Missouri. That's not happening. Okay, so 40% is in for North Carolina, right? It's leaning Trump. Georgia is leaning 52% toward like 67% voting in Georgia, right? That closes at 7. We're about an hour off, right? So here's the other thing. That's kind of weird. Wait, why is this leaning? What? This was called. Hold on. I also turn off decision desk because they're constantly just like updating shit every 10 seconds. Love ST Chapper Smasher says love FSTN. Loads of love from Cornwall, UK. Can't believe you're making me pick between you and Phil. I don't want you to pick between me and Phil, but Phil's got his own plan and everything like that. We're doing okay. We'll bounce back and forth. We're still friends. You can multi-screen us. What do we got? We got 167 people in here. Okay, yeah, I'm like muting this. Okay, certain people are being very like just shitty, right? So that's probably the most frustrating thing is abortion in Florida did not pass. Unbelievable. North Carolina and Pennsylvania. I think the biggest issue I have right now is just people are just like, yeah, like it's just the panic people setting in. It's hard to see what's real and what's wrong. Nah, let's look at John Ralston about his Nevada. All right? Okay. No new mail counted. Indy number higher than anybody predicted. Okay, so Washoe County's got a large number of indies if indies break towards Harris. Trend is clear now. Dems increase lead in Clark. Indy share goes up. E-Day turnout. So if you don't know about the thing, a big part of Nevada is the Reid machine. So Harry Reid, Nevada politician, well known and crazy dude, pretty much had like this machine that would just turn out the vote like crazy. And so right now, the Reid machine is doing so. You know, everybody was reporting Nevada like a lot of crazy shit going on. So Reid machine turned out quite a few people in Nevada, and they're overperforming expectations in terms of turnout. So there is turnout expectation that's like there is turnout that's breaking. We just don't know where it's breaking. Oh, Iowa polls close. I want to see where Iowa's at. So let's go back here. All right. Oh my goodness, Des Moines is. Oh no, that's Henderson County. Henderson County. Eaton County, yeah. Also, in terms of Michigan, Republican counties are going to report first, so it's going to be more right. So don't red mirage on Michigan. Let's look at that real quickly, just so we can ease everybody, so they don't fucking blow their load immediately. All right, like let's chill. All right, let's look at this. Again, this doesn't mean anything. I'm not like. I know the S is silent, virtual traveler. Des Moines. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay? I know. She gave me shit for that yesterday. Because somebody mentioned, she's like, you're going to say Des Moines all the time? I'm like, I'm not. No, I don't want to. Don't hate me, you know? All right. Red Mirage got people panicking. Blue Mirage got everybody got fucking crazy, right? And I don't know what's going to happen. So don't, like, please don't be like, oh, it's fine. It may not be fine. Just don't panic. It's the thing. We got work after this either way, dude. Like, if Harris wins, we got work. You have work. Come on. All right. North Carolina. Most of the mail ballots will likely be reported first, causing a blue mirage. In the change of this year's election, in-person early ballots cannot be tabulated until after polls close on Election Day. We contact the in-person early votes start coming in around 8 p.m. ET, half hour after polls close in the state. But the vote percentages will shift towards Republican as in-person Election Day votes get reported over the course of the evening. All right, so North Carolina's probably not looking great. But there's still a lot of vote to be counted, I think. Let me see very quickly. Yeah, North Carolina only got 40% reporting. And in terms of the county, why can't I look at counties? This is so stupid. Oh, because it's at the AP? Oh, fucking... You know what, AP? All right, I got to go between two fucking screens. Because the AP sucks. All right, so let's go to North Carolina right now. Okay. Let's see. Rally. Oh, okay. Okay. D plus 12. So she's out running a few projections. Ooh, okay. 14% there. 11% there. 9%. Macon. Home place of Allah's Apprentice. So a good friend of mine. Or someone I knew at the Cool Lab. Pitt County. Oh, slightly less Democratic. We got 90% there. She is making inroads. In some places, these are probably a blue mirage, right? Oh, this is not a blue mirage. But I don't know how big this is. That's the thing. So, that's a major thing. Just got home from working the polls. Oh, how are you doing, Joy? How's your life? Give us some good news, Ed, please. My good news is no matter what happens, you're gonna be okay. All right? It's gonna take time for problems. It's gonna take time for everything. You are not the only person alone. People are ready to mobilize and defend you. Okay? So, no matter what happens, do not overthink this, okay? I said what I said, by the way, on Freestyle the News because it's a reminder to you and a reminder to myself. That's when I'm, like, sobered and thinking nuanced, right? Like, if you look at things that Trump said he was going to do, there are things that he did do that were terrible, and there are things that he could not get done, okay? So, it's not because there were guardrails, it's also because he was incompetent, okay? So there's going to be two different sets of that. Also, he's going to try to figure shit out. So, like, look, your best bet is to worry about the things you should worry about and fight for those things. And also, don't panic. When you panic, you lose steam. So, don't overthink it. All right, we're gonna try our best. People are self-interested. They want to be liked, and this guy wants to be liked more than anything. So he will shift on certain things. Pennsylvania counties are doing pretty good. Let's see where Pennsylvania is on that red and blue mirage thing. Heavily Democratic, Philadelphia and Allegheny, early blue mirage. Okay. Then as Election Day votes reported in, blue mirage turns into a red one. Results tipping more Republican. Finally, those counties continue to count and report the remaining mail ballots. It's likely to shift back the race to Democrat directions. Okay, so here's what Philadelphia is going to do. Or here's what Pennsylvania is going to do. It's going to be blue. That's going to tilt red. That's going to tilt blue. Depending on how many blue things there are. And there have been said that there's Harris is said to have been winning double digits, right? If she can keep up with the margins, then it should be good. It's a margins race right now. It is a margins race. So some of these are kind of expected, like this was either going to be a race between the Sun Belt or the Rust Belt, right? It's looking more like the Rust Belt. Sun Belt seems to be underperforming, but it's looking more like the Rust Belt. I think a lot of people are worried because the Sun Belt is not doing well. Sun Belt is like Georgia, North Carolina, Virginia. I mean, I think is Virginia the Sun Belt? I don't think Virginia is the Sun Belt, but like it's correlated with those kind of things. I think like she seems to be doing well with Puerto Ricans. Very, 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 very well. Like the biggest thing I think everybody is freaked out by is specifically this. Because this tilts the national vote quite a bit, right? Like, there was a lot of reporting that Harris could lose the popular vote but win the Electoral College because of shit like this. Look at Miami-Dade. Miami-Dade shifted 12 points to Republican. She lost Miami-Dade, right? Or 19 points to Republican in Miami-Dade County. But she was going to lose Florida anyway. So, Florida is highly uncompetitive for Democrats. So, like, that's actually kind of not like a surprise there. But it is panicking a lot of people because in terms of numbers, that shifts the numbers a lot because there's a lot of people in fucking Florida, right? And so the question is, where did Harris run up her numbers? There are places where she did run up her numbers, but where did she run up her numbers? Did she run it up in places that are statistically significant? Some data shows it. Did she run up her numbers in places that are not as statistically significant? Some data shows that. Like, this is a lot of Cubans in these populations, right? Like Florida is very, very Cuban, very, very, pretty staunch Republican, right? Here we are in Atlanta, DeKalb County. Oh, it's still R+1. She got to run it up there. Rockdale County is doing better. Fayette County is doing better. Coweta. So, in terms of Georgia vote, let's look out to Georgia. How much has been reported? 69% reporting. But a lot of the Atlanta metro area. Let's look at this Georgia tab real quickly. Blue mirage before the statewide results move towards Trump as election day votes are reported. After that, there may be a small shift back towards Democrats as the late arriving mate ballots are reported from large Atlanta metro counties. Unlike 2020, Georgia counties are not allowed to pause their vote counting process until they have counted all the ballots. So again, it's kind of similar to Pennsylvania. So blue, then red, then blue. Also, there has been that's one thing that you should also know, that there has been a Democratic overperformance in some ways in turnout. That's what's nervous for both campaigns. Both campaigns don't know who turned out more. So let's maybe tune into like some panicked analysis, and we can figure it out. Yeah, the times and I want to watch, like, nobody wants to watch charts, guys, right? Everybody at the Bulwark is freaking the fuck out because they are all freak out all the time. Bulwark is like a big, like, emotionally compromised. They're like, oh my god, what happened? All right, let's see. CNN. Oh my god, Red Bull. Nope. NBC. Do we get NBC? NBC. Dude, I was watching a live stream a second ago. Where the fuck is it? Is it ABC? I don't want to see David Muir. NBC News. There we go. Oh. Oh. lot more people are splitting tickets too. There's a projection. Oh my God, Rhode Island? No one expected that. That survival kit. Oh, you can't hear the video? Oh shit, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's my fault.
In front with 168.
How you doing now? How about now?
270 is the prize that we're working our way toward. We'll take a break here. It's 9:30 in the East. The vote counting coming in. Our decision.
How's it doing now?
By to make more projections just ahead.
Okay, so yeah, so it's working. Okay, cool. Right after it stops. All right, thank you for the lo-fi music, NBC News. Lo-fi music. All right, let's talk. How you doing, guys? How we doing? Loopy, you doing good? You're prepared? Good. Be prepared for anything. Better. Good. Yeah, it's good now. Okay. You can't see my tiny ass video? Or this video. This is the video. There you go. New House and Senate up for grabs. I'm bald and my hair is falling out of my head. Oh my God, I'm sorry about that. Terrified, Heavenly Telephone? Don't be terrified, Heavenly. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. It's scary. Definitely scary. But it'll be okay. Alright? Don't let obnoxious people, like, tilt you to think that, like, that's not the case, right? Like, even in the first Trump president, like again, I don't know what's going to happen. There's a lot of, like, you just saw Ohio is just overperforming in Ohio. But, like, you know, don't let some of this stuff, like, tilt you into thinking that, like, the problem is people have compromises that are shitty, but, like, also people do recognize when things are crazy, right? And you can see that because people are splitting tickets too. So, you know, there are issues that are driving the electorate that Trump does still have to be adherent to, right? You know, Project 2025 is scary. You know, we're gonna have to see. We're gonna. It's a scary time. You know, we'll see. It's a close race. I think the biggest thing people freaking out, yeah, Virginia and Florida. You feel ill for now? I know. Everybody panics. Let's see the wisdom of some people. Wasserman is generally like, yo, chill the fuck out. Wasserman pours cold water and hot water on people equally. Let's look at Mr. Silver. Let's look at his little chat. Subscribe to a bunch of things tonight. Just kind of looking for you guys. Oh, did you hear about this shit? There's this lady in Orange County who just signed up a bunch of emails. I was one of the emails. She signed up to her weirdly, like, red newsletter, which I was really upset by. Okay. The election night model. Oh, cool. Okay, so there are plenty here. Wild race calls Florida for Trump. Harris is up to a 53% chance of winning. Oh, what? Okay. 51. Carried Wyoming and Dakotas. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, it's still a toss-up, guys. We're still... These are the win probabilities according to that, right? So, PA... All right. Yeah, she's not looking good in the Sun Belt. Trump win probabilities. Okay. Who won the presidency? Oh! Harris is up to a 53% chance to win Pennsylvania. That's interesting. This is like, you know, it's interesting because this has been actually changed a little bit from what it was before. 97% chance to win that. Yeah, Delaware. Okay, Colorado. Nevada. Okay. Kari and Don would be good right now. I agree, Kate Thomas. My cat Mercury is like zoned in on watching Zed. What's up, Mercury? How you doing? How you doing? Messing with your cat so he hits the screen. How we doing, chat? We doing okay? We doing okay? Get yourself some water. No, we're not gonna. Shut the fuck up, Stool. No, we're not. All right? Okay? Stop it. Stop it. None of that shit. No. No being obnoxious. None of that. Everybody panics, man. Don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic. We still got. You got work tomorrow. If this is true, she wins. You got work tomorrow still. We all got work tomorrow. We're not done. This is whether we get the promotion or not. That's what this is. Okay? Whether we get the promotion or, you know, we get passed up for the promotion and an asshole gets it, all right? That's what this is. 9:05 East Coast time. Yeah, so he just called us. This is the same. Let's see what Colin Allred is doing, right? Let's see. Saw somebody watching me with the kitties. Knuckle Dew has won. Knuckle Dew's winning in Georgia. All right, he's doing great. This. Yep. DeSantis. Bullshit little 60% margin. Daily Show's doing a live election special. Great, I can panic there. Not panicking, being okay. All right, so let's see the 60%. What's this? Yeah, that's the biggest thing. I think that's the most fucked up thing that happened in Florida. Pennsylvania saying stay in line. Let's look at this needle. This New York Times needle. I tried to, you know, actually get like a thing for the New York Times real quickly and like fucking, you know, didn't let me sign up. Okay. Very real possibility. Trump is narrow but clear favorite to win. Georgia is a narrow favorite. Okay. But clear favorite to win Georgia and North Carolina. If he does win those states, Harris would probably need to sweep Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin to win. A real possibility, but a tall order nonetheless. We have very little data from those states, and it will be a long time until we do. Okay. So, I mean, it's close. Popular vote estimate. That's why people are panicking. I'm positive now. It's because of the Sun Belt. Those are the Sun Belt states. Georgia, North Carolina, Arizona, Sun Belt. Those are the ones. Because she overperformed here in polls, Georgia and Arizona. The Seltzer poll was the idea that she was overperforming in the Midwest. So we'll have to see what the Seltzer poll is. If Ann Seltzer was wrong, that's crazy. But Wisconsin's even. Dude, there's like nothing reported here. It's crazy. Yeah, and then the red mirages. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean. That's 33%. That's the needle. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Ooh, Steve Carell at that on the United States thing. Okay, let's see. Let's go back to this little ditty right here. Oh, okay.
the margin in 2020 was 154,000. So this is a constituency that very much matters.
Absolutely. And with young voters right now, we just had Hallie, you brought this up on the data wall a little bit ago. Trump is leading young voters. And again, that gender gap is playing out right here. It's large with voters under 30. Of men, 59% going for Trump, 39% going for Harris. Women, 54% Harris, 44% Trump. He's continuing to close those margins. The other thing that's interesting about Michigan, of course, there's a 52,000 person campus, University of Michigan. Back in 2016, Trump only won by about 11,000 votes. On that campus, I actually anecdotally heard students energizing other students by saying, if only a fifth more of this campus were to have come out, it could have made a difference. So what does that look like right now? Who does that mean did better on those campuses if we start to see those margins be eat away at?
And you'll recall back in 2016, sorry, Hallie, you'll recall in 2016, Hillary Clinton, when she did the postmortem of her campaign, the criticism was she didn't spend enough time in Michigan. And so what we've seen from the Harris campaign is she has been there. And Trump has certainly been there as well. He closed out his campaign there. And so the Democrats have tried to learn from the mistakes of the past. Trump has been very focused on that area as well because he knows he's got to pick
just to demonstrate how complicated politics is, Harris is on defense to a certain extent over her stance with Gaza and Israel, the Biden administration stance in Michigan, but then also losing some of the Jewish vote, for example, in Pennsylvania and Florida. We've heard about that anecdotally as well. It's about the bottom of the hour.
Anecdotes.
We can do some race checks here. You mentioned Michigan. Well, let's put it up there. Let's see what we've got in terms of results. And the votes are being counted in Michigan, one of those key Midwest battlegrounds. It is too early to call. That's just about a little over 10% of the vote. But now you've got an eye on what we've got there. Arizona polls just closed a half hour ago. Way too early to call there. It may well be days before we're able to call that one. Wisconsin, another in the industrial Midwest, too early to call. Just starting to get the votes counted. Pennsylvania, stop me if you've heard it before. It may all come down to Pennsylvania, and it is too early to call, but we're about 30% of the vote there. North Carolina, also too early to call at this hour. And
too early to call.
South, in the Sunbelt state of Georgia, which President Biden carried 4 years ago, and former President Trump badly wants to get back into that red column. That is too close to call at this hour. So here is the road to 270. That is the magic number that a candidate needs to win the White House, and that is where we are in the early going at this hour.
I always wonder what it looks like from the other side, from the candidates.
Wisconsin may not even have results done until tomorrow.
Pulling up these numbers, trying to weed through them, trying to figure out where you can be optimistic. You know, when you don't have the pressure of people looking at you.
You want a fun fact? Fun fact alert?
We love it.
The last election was decided in 4 states by approximately 79, 80,000 voters. You could fit those voters into Cowboy Stadium. Wow. That's what we're talking about.
Girl. Let me tell you about
budget. And believe me, my husband's going to be very mad at me that I didn't say Eagle Stadium, but it wasn't the right number for the stadium. I tried.
You stick with any stadium you want.
Yeah, you got exit polls?
He's sad about the link. Yeah, I do. And this is a more broad look at the issues that voters say are important to them. As we're talking about some of these issues in these key battleground states, nationally, we saw something really interesting here, right? We saw consistently in public polling over the course of months, it's economy, inflation, cost of living that voters said over and over again was the most important issue to them. But look at this electorate. From our exit polls that we're seeing now, and again, this could shift a little bit. These numbers could still change a bit as more waves of information come in. But look at what's number one. 34% of voters say the state of democracy is the most important issue to them. Put a little asterisk next to that. We're going to talk about that more in just a second.
Am I telling myself to not overthink it? I don't think you should overthink it. I think that the thing is that, like, look, this is a binary thing that like it's a close race. And, like, it's one of those things where people's anxiety pulls in. 2016 was anxious. 2020 was anxious, right? There is a habit because there's 2 different narratives in this race. And the narratives are, there's more than 2 narratives. There's multiple different narratives in this race, right? There's Harris sweeps the Sun Belt and wins. Harris sweeps the Rust Belt and wins. Harris loses the Sun Belt, loses the Rust Belt, doesn't win. Harris loses the Rust Belt, kind of sweeps the Sun Belt, but doesn't win. Like, there's so many. There's like it's very close. Okay, and like it depends on margins. It's a very marginal race. It's how much did Donald Trump gain with minority voters, and how much did Harris gain with suburban voters? That's what it is. There are different places to be confident in different aspects, right? And there's some places where she is overperforming. There's some places where she's underperforming too. So you got to be careful. And like, and I'm being a little bit more optimistic just because, like, there is a tendency to be like, oh, and we can't do that. It's something that just happens. And so, I mean, like, I'm going against my own panic a little bit, right? And so you got to be careful about it because panic is not real. So it's you worrying. That doesn't mean I think, oh, she's going to win with like a bunch of votes, right? Like, but it does mean that, like, yo, wait, you don't know. So there's things that she has to do better at.
Rivals were the quote-unquote enemy from within. And so it is a Rorschach test. And it also just speaks to why, as we watch these states come in, the battlegrounds seem to be very sharply divided, as our polls indicate.
Right track, wrong track always kind of leaves you with that question. Are we judging a president, or are we judging just the overall sense of life these days?
Absolutely. And the fact that you have this significant majority saying that the country's headed in the wrong direction,
you know what, it is
a challenge.
It's interesting because we haven't talked that much about that thing that happened this summer where Joe Biden had a terrible debate and he was expected for 18 months to be the candidate and then he wasn't. Do we have any indication in any of these early numbers how Kamala Harris is performing compared to how he may have performed? I mean, it's a hypothetical.
I was going to say favorability is probably what gets us there most closely. I don't think we have those graphics ready to pull up, but Joe Biden, if my memory serves, is something at like 41% favorable based in exit polls, which was a question that was asked. She is at something like, I want to say 48%. So she is, or 49%. She's outpacing where both Joe Biden and Donald Trump were. But Savannah, I'm so glad you brought this up. We called Delaware like an hour ago, right? Joe Biden's home state. And it made me think about what a different race this would look like, how different tonight would look if Joe Biden were still on the ticket. Vice President Harris has done this thing where she's tried to both distance herself from President Biden. She told me in our interview just a couple of weeks ago, Joe Biden is not on the ticket. Like, I am the one who is running on the Democratic ticket, which she's right. She is on the top of the ticket. But at the same time, she has not distanced herself in a super clear way from a lot of his various policies. She has said that she feels some loyalty to him. Of course,
the ads that have been run to great effect.
This is why I don't like watching some analysis, because I like watching people who are sobered in their analysis, like how the votes coming in and what the data is telling you versus the vibes. Where's Kornacki?
Including in her interview with Hallie, has been asked over and over again, how will you govern differently than President Joe Biden? She struggled to answer that in part.
I'm not trying to cape for Harris, but like I like I don't know what we're talking about. Okay, so let's see. Kentucky, obviously. Nashville. Mississippi. Alabama. Atlanta. All right. Ooh. That's plus. But a lot of the state also shifted more red. So we need to see by how much we're talking. Let's go back to Nate Silver's model. Let's go back to the Silver Bulletin. What are we looking at? How we doing, guys? We got 300 people in here. How you doing? Don't panic. Don't panic. Okay? Don't panic. It's a long race, right? And if the thing that you don't want to happen happens, you still got to wake up tomorrow. And the thing if you do want it happens, you still got to wake up tomorrow. Okay? It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. We're just going through some shit. All right. For the most part, the same. What's the election night chat saying? Can't even access that. I gotta pay for. Dude, news sites cost so fucking much. Also, like, I'm using this to like look at his model and shit like that. Dude, there's so much shit posting in this thread. It's hard to deal with. The WAPO's pendulums. Yeah, the pendulum swings. So the New York Times Needle. Where are we at? Okay, so where are we at? It's a toss up. No clear leader. Oh, I didn't know I could click on these states. That's sick. Okay. So let's click on North Carolina. Okay. $78 Rayleigh. All right. How we doing, guys? Exactly, Joy. There will be no info until midnight Eastern at the very soonest, most likely tomorrow. Yeah, we're in a weird place. It's Jover. We're doomed. No, stop it, Christian. Waking up tomorrow doesn't sound fun. Yeah, but it's work. It will be waking up in a much scarier world for me and most of the people I love. That is true. That is true. But, you know, like, we can work to make sure that they're okay. It's not going to be easy, right? But there's a difference between giving up and working. We got it, okay? All right? I saw, in 2016, I was very worried about being a Muslim in America. And the Muslim ban happened, and I was very surprised to see the amount of people who came out to protest that. And I was very surprised also within the government how inefficient the government was at doing. Like, even within, like, the red shit, like, I don't think it's, I'm not saying, oh, it's not going to be that bad. Yeah, it'll be bad, right? But there's a difference between it's bad and we got to work to fight it, and it's bad and it's over. It's a difference. Don't let accelerationists get to you, okay? All right? System is dumb. It is dumb. Okay? Is Phil panicking? Is Phil panicking? Where are we at?
For him, considering that Biden took it in 2020. We're also watching New Hanover. This is Wilmington. You have a lot of people who have moved to the east coast of North Carolina, the coastal communities here. Only 5% in, but this is also one of those counties that has always picked the winner in North Carolina. Not enough vote in to even compare it. I do want to talk about the Triad. This is, again, sometimes the forgotten metro area, but huge population center for North Carolina. A lot of the historically black universities are here as well. Greensboro, Guilford County, 55% in. Let's see how she's doing compared to Biden. Look, she's holding her marks, so this is pretty good. I want to see how Trump's doing, though, in some of the rural counties where he has to drive up the vote.
Yeah, he's doing better.
Look, only 23% in. He's overperforming there. I want to go a little closer to Charlotte. Union County seems to be doing okay. Again, this is along the southern border, right above South Carolina. Seems to be holding his own. Anson, 92% in. This is actually a big flip. Let me see how what this looked like in 2016. So this is interesting. Clinton won in 16, Biden won in 2020 with 92% of the vote in. Trump is on top right now. Again, not a large county you're going to see. There's only about 10,000 votes here, but we're kind of reading the tea leaves and seeing where everything's at so far. Again, statewide, 63% in. This is the only battleground state that Trump won in 2020. That's why we're watching it so close. It was very close. It was his slimmest margin. 63% of the vote is in. We're still watching and waiting here in North Carolina. As soon as we can make a call, again, too early, you know we're going to project it, guys.
Tom, you had a little something for everybody in that. No matter who you're rooting for. We got a couple of
really?
to read to you right now. These are ballot measures. We saw the abortion measure go down to defeat
what did he say?
Florida. It had a 60 area. It's a worse.
Of all, they had a 73.69% turnout.
That's actually,
guys, we're so, guys, we're sitting to.
Asheville, it's been through so much with Hurricane Helene, and Sam Brock had the poll results in his hot little hands.
But were you calling him a horse? That's like, I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah, I'm good on
there was also
if there's another place, maybe I'll turn to Max and watch that, but I may get hit with a copyright strike. Let's look at Phil. Are you doing okay, Phil? Oh, is Phil panicking?
Feedback y'all have been given. And that's especially true.
Phil is telling you to be on the Daily Dip. I may be working with the Daily Dip in a little bit. Phil's got the ads, that ad money. What's the best way to send you stuff to pull up on stream, Twitter, QT, or at you, or you know what? Yeah, you just you can at me on Twitter. At me on Twitter. Although I fucking hate Twitter. What's up?
Make a Discord channel.
Oh, yeah, go into the Discord. If you go into the Discord and you'll yeah.
You can make a show on stream channel.
Yeah. Oh, somebody just messaged in the Discord. Oh, some good stuff. Oh my God, it takes forever to load. Sarah McBride becomes the first out transgender person elected to Congress. Undeniably good. Give me 1 sec, guys. I gotta very quickly. Hold on. What's up?
For showing stuff from your Discord, just make sure you monitor it before you share it to your screen, because sometimes people are really weird and they'll like jump in the chat and post dick pics. So no, but you know what I'm saying? Like just like.
I'll open it up on top first.
Yeah, just like look at it before you put it up, and then make sure that it's not in an open thread where someone can comment and it'll immediately pop up.
Of course.
Just a warning that I've seen.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, perfect. Sarah McBride. Doing the work. Good shit. All right.
Yeah, the 60% requirement for referendums in Florida was itself passed by a referendum that received less than 60% of the vote. Yeah. Gosh.
Someone said on Twitter that Obama won those elections so fast that people could go to the club and celebrate. And does that ring true to you in hindsight?
I remember when Obama won. I lived here in Georgia. I lived in
the thing about Obama winning, yeah, like Obama won so fucking fast in 2012. Like that's why everybody's like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be like 2012. That's why 2016 was so scary, because it was like, oh my God, Obama just like won and just beat the shit out of Romney. But the thing is that like Obama had a pretty clear, consistent lead. Those other races were really close, man, and like all those mirages, like just Romney underperformed immediately. So that's why. So the Nevada Green Party accidentally filed the forms to put the words Jill Stein up as a public referendum question instead of as a candidate for president. What a clown. There you go. Where can a guy get a Discord link? Let me put you on game, bro. Let me put you on game. I have no upcoming events. Let me put you on game. It should be in my yeah, but I'll add it. Okay. Here, I'm putting it in the chat, guys. There you go. There you go. Brad Fogel, it's fun listening to Zed. I'm a shift worker, so after my last supper, I'm off to bed. I mean, I wouldn't want to be your freight neighborhood trucker, stay up worrying and be a drowsy driver. Whatever happens, happens. We'll deal with it. Yes. Believe. Believe. Is this an 8-2 matchup or a 7-3? Or a 6-4? If you know fighting games, a 6-4 matchup is winnable. It's 6-4 to 7-3. Like, that's what it's going to be. You can win it. You outperform somebody you can't play, you can win it. All right? Harris 99. Why are people thinking like that? That's not the way to think about it. Oh my God, nervous? Everybody nervous. Yeah. Okay. So let's look at... Oh, the pendulums. Major suburbs. Okay. Huh. Okay. Oh, I'm not even looking at these. 0.9 shift. I want to see what the Harris campaigns are saying, because that's going to kind of tell you where we're at. Because campaigns are going to hedge if they're not doing well or overperform. Like that's what I want to see. Democracy is a top issue. That's a very good bode well for Harris. I hate to do this. I'm going to try to put Harris campaign. If you want my reason X sucks, let's just do this, all right? Look. What? Suburban Atlanta? What is Ian Sam saying? Decision Desk is saying that. He put you that 35 minutes ago. So, I mean, I guess. Douglas County? Let's look at the Washington Post the pendulum meter. Yeah, fuck it. There we go. The pendulum meter. Oh, okay. I see a lot more blue here. Okay. 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 Where are we at in Atlanta? Where are you? In Douglas County. Okay. Is that it? Douglas County? Douglas. Where the fuck is it? Oh, is it here? Doherty. Lee. Clinch. Oh, there's nothing here. Warry. Charleston. Bradley. Coffee. Cook. I can't find Douglas. Where the fuck is Douglas? Where are you, Douglas? Let's go. Oh, fuck it, whatever. Let's go back to North Carolina. Oh, wow. Okay. Some blues. Some red shifts. Where are we at in terms of vote count, though? Where are we at in terms of vote count? Where are we at in terms of vote count? How much percentage? Where are we at? 55%. Results 21 minutes ago. Where are we at now? 22 minutes ago. We're still at 55. Okay. All right. Okay, we're waiting. $9.47. Whew. Still isn't. The needle's frozen a little bit. Okay, so Georgia leans Trump. Reported margin. We're still in wait-and-see mode in the northern battlegrounds, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. We still don't have many votes counted there, but the data points to a very close and competitive contest in all three states. Mm-hmm. Most competitive states. Easily expected to win. Yep. Whoa. Okay, I mean, that's likely R. Wait, why is that likely R? Oh, that's a 90%. Yeah, that's pretty fucking... Let's look at Iowa. Let's look at Iowa. Let's see how that Seltzer poll is working out, right? Oh my god. Breaking the okay, I'm so sorry. Like I can't take this site seriously. Like it's so hard to get basic fucking information everywhere. Because yes, cool, this is great, but this doesn't help me because it's anecdotal. This doesn't fucking help me because it's a giant like red guy. Like, can I just get like somebody being sober and telling me something? Like, what the fuck is this game that we're doing? Right? I'm so annoyed. Because, like, it's just people can't be, like, yeah, Twitter's Musk. This is Musk's X. Yes. As a utility, you know, I predicted that Twitter would become, like, a giant utility that people use. I think the news media will still be on there, so it'll have, but, like, it's such a useless utility. Like, you don't get anything useful off of it. Oh, Stanzy pretends a feeling. She's nervous. She's on tweeting right now. Yes, my online status is visible to others, I know. Back in body hits. Everybody's worried. Okay. Indiana election results. Yes. Paul Rudd. Brian Williams featuring Ben Shapiro. I mean, I'm not like... Oh my god, still people just over it, like, why? Why? Like, I don't want to hear about, like, well, Kamala Harris, like, saw a moon once and it helped. Like, the Ian Sams also was just, like, wild to me. Like, I don't want to hear that shit. How y'all doing? I kind of like threads. X is a dumpster fire. Yes, it is. If Iowa ends up blue, I'm blasting Slipknot's Iowa album all day tomorrow. That'd be lit. What do you mean? I get memes and good posts from you. Yeah, I guess so. Zed on my phone, Philly D on my TV, Kyle on my laptop. It's just taking over, bros. We taking over. Yo, watching the season finale of the United States today? Yo, lit. That's good. That's good. See, because that's kind of what it tells me. Like, everybody hates this. If people were like, if normal human beings were like real, so you know when like Reagan got elected, like, that's like the pervasive feeling in America is like, man, Reagan, right? Reagan. And like, you saw shit that Reagan did. But like, bro, like, everyone's like, I fucking hate this. Right? Is it a red mirage? Like, see, I don't even know if this is true. Oh my god. See, I don't even know this person is true. Like, this is like, yeah, I appreciate him saying breathe, but like, there's so many, like, yeah, this is a video everybody's trying to push up. Red mirage, blue. Yeah, okay, but that doesn't, like, all right. Of course, everybody's terrified. Everybody's terrified. But, like, know what a mirage is. It's also the needle. The needle's scaring the shit out of people. Has there been any more projections? What's Nate saying? What's Nate saying? What's Mr. Silver saying? See, even this one, right? Like, this is something... Like, dude, okay, like, even, like, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm complaining too much, but I'm getting very annoyed by this. Lackawanna County. What's the percentage in? We have 41% of vote. Yeah, but it's blue, then red, then blue. Heavily Democratic absentee ballots represent most of the votes that have been counted. The race will tighten when the more Republican election day votes start to come in. But what is it? Is it the red, blue, red? So, mail ballots, absentees, yeah. Blue mirage turns into a red one. And then the Philadelphia reports the remaining ballots. All right. So Philadelphia ran for a long haul. Or Pennsylvania. I keep confusing Pennsylvania with Philadelphia. Still there. Have we gotten any calls? I muted these guys because they're just blasting stuff out like every 10 seconds, and it's freaking everybody out. U.S. House. Oh, Delaware, Lisa Blunt, Rochester. That's good. Kamala's one, Delaware. Yeah, man, we're just in a holding pattern right now. It's only 7 o'clock, too. Like, it's only 7 o'clock, and we're like, everything's over. Because we're scared. Maddie, how's Palea? Chill? You doing good? Can you bring over Snaky real quickly so people can have some... Guys, I'm going to give you some dopamine.
He's going to run because he wants to eat.
Yeah, I know he wants to eat, but he can wait for like 10 seconds. All right. Here we go. This Snake.
Oh, he's got his dew in me. There you go.
This is Snake. Hi, buddy. Hi. This is Snake. He's very antsy. He wants to fucking eat like bad. Oh my god. Spazzing the hell out. Is it time for them? No, it's 2 hours. It's 2 hours before you guys eat.
Because the sun
Yeah, the sun goes down and they want to fucking eat immediately. Immediately. It's wild. But kitty, yeah, they'll come back. He'll come back when he wants to play. He'll jump on the desk and be all like crazy, right? How we doing? We doing good? See if I can get some musicas. Some of my musicas in there. Where's the Evo album? There we go. Let's play some good stuff. Can you hear that?
Believe you could be so much more. Made for the era I forged. Live from the minutes where the legends are born and the myths are forever when they pen our lore. I hear every echo inside of the world clear. I feel all the hopes inside of the same fear. The shadows that faded out, all the lights in the same years.
Uh-oh. Oh, this is Iowa. Oh, fuck. I thought it was Pennsylvania. Shit. Yeah. Seltzer may be wrong, but we'll see. Oh, fucking New York Times has that too. Why did I fucking subscribe to Post? Nate Cohn, still in a wait and see mode. Oh, Nevada polls are closed. I mean, of course. She's down 5 there. Only 67% in North Carolina. Toss up, toss up, toss up. Lean D. Likely R. Very likely D. Very likely D. Those are exit polls. Those are not exact polls. Oh, my cam is still full screen. Oh my god, guys, I'm so sorry. There we go. What the... Sus! Oh my god, sorry. Sarah McBride. Alright, so this is what I was looking at. Oh! Fayette County. Nice. Clinton County, I was swinging pretty heavy. And this is the other thing I was looking at. I was looking at James Skinner. We might be cooked in this election, not gonna lie. Dude, James, do not panic. Don't panic. Don't panic, buddy. Don't panic. Phil tends to panic. But I mean, he's trying to be realistic. There's a lot of mirage. We're still in mirage territory, guys. Certain things like you definitely see, like, right? Like this is like Kentucky, yeah, 100%. Nashville, 100%, right? But we're trying to find where there's been changes, and so far, there's still stuff that's outstanding. So live updates. Let's see this. Montana, Utah, yes. Miami, Dayton, 36 years, yeah. We kind of guessed that. Oh, no. Let's go. Where are we at? Been loving all your election stuff and streams. Any chance they persist after the election? I'm alive. Yeah, I'm still going to be doing stuff. I don't like the Harris is best and only path is exactly 270 with PA, Wisconsin, and Michigan. That is also kind of Trump's only path, honestly. There's this is a battle that's kind of pretty, like, so the goal is there's 7 states in play, right? And it's dependent on who's gonna win the majority. So like it's unusual joint activity. Marcus resolved. You guys able to join the Discord? All right. Route 24. This is still the funniest thing. How am I even falling? This is so annoying. I hate that this platform exists. Okay. Unclench your jaws, relax your shoulders, deep breaths. It's going to be okay, guys. It is. It's going to be all right. He needs PA to get to 270 if he keeps Georgia and North Carolina, which look awful, right? Yeah, nothing's been called. Virginia with the why? Yeah, see, this is how I know this is full shit. Yeah. Yeah, models are updating. Oh, here's got a call. What you get? Colorado. Illinois. Still figuring it out. Yeah. Everybody's being nervous. Let's check in with Mr. Cone. Let's see what he's saying.
I see your hidden evil, for I will the greatest.
Everybody's nervous. People warned you, you're all nervous. That doesn't mean it's gonna happen, but like, you know. Be chill. John Ralston. Let's talk to him. Oh.
I see your hidden evil.
What?
For I will the
What the fuck are... What? I must authorize this computer? What do you mean? It is my computer. What the fuck? Whatever. Sorry, guys. Trying to play some music while we're all chilling and trying to look at his election results. So where we're at. So, like, right now, again, we're just in a holding pattern. Unfortunately. Nevada. In Nevada... Yeah, that's not what's happening. There's going to be cured ballots in Nevada. So, if she wins indies by 2 to 3, like double digits, then it's solid, right? So, E-Day turnout. Dame's now +6 versus Republicans. One, if this offset most of the E-Day vote in the rest of Nevada day. Peep voting if in line. Yep, there you go. David Dole. How's David doing? Is David worrying? What's it called? PA exit polls. Trump +7 advantage amongst those who believe democracy in the U.S. is threatened. That's a little nerve-wracking. Yeah. Let's see where the Harris campaign is.
Jamie, I know you've been speaking to your sources inside the Harris campaign. Pennsylvania is clearly important. But what about Michigan? What are you hearing about that?
So two sources who are very familiar with the Harris campaign's internals have said they are confident about Michigan. They think that they have Michigan. They think they have Wisconsin. You get mixed reads on some of the other states. Some people say, you know, we're going to be good in North Carolina. We're going to be good in Georgia, Nevada. They don't know yet, Wolf. Jen O'Malley Dillon, the campaign manager, said, I think the word that everybody has to listen to, they have to be patient. They don't know yet. She also has said that they can win without Pennsylvania. They want Pennsylvania, but if they get 2 out of 3 of North Carolina, Georgia, what's my third one?
Arizona.
Not Arizona.
Nevada.
I think Nevada.
Nevada.
2 of 3 of those 3.
Did Nevada close early? No.
About Arizona, that they can live without Pennsylvania. I just want to point to one other thing that they are looking at, and that is older voters. And this actually has to do with that Iowa poll we saw where Harris was up unexpectedly. A Republican source of mine just texted me and said that his mother is a lifelong Iowan. She last voted for a Democrat in 1960. She voted for Donald Trump twice, but the source said after January 6th, she vowed to never support Trump again. She felt that not voting or a write-in vote would be a vote for Trump, so she voted for Vice President Harris.
That's anecdotal.
I think a lot of our viewers may...
It's a little anecdotal, though. Okay, so let's see where we're at. I hate this because it's everybody. Oh, Ted Cruz won. Yep, Ted Cruz won. God damn. Okay, I'll think of it. Also, it's not 2016. We expected a close race. So. Panic is definitely 2016, though. Everybody's panicking. Like fucking crazy. 50% in Pennsylvania, 18%. Wisconsin is 44. 82% in Georgia. He's up by 4 points. That's pretty tough. Well, where's the outstanding vote in Georgia? Let's look at this. Where the fuck? There's so many models, guys. Okay. Atlanta metro area, right? $95 in, $92 in, $91 in, $81 in. 95 in DeKalb. Gwinnett. 18% Gwinnett. Okay. Newton. Athens. Augusta. RIP Texas. Snake disapproves of news. He does disapprove of news. He wants to play right now. Snake is he wants to play. I don't like that man, Ted Cruz. I don't like him either. Yeah, man. Cruz is a fucking pain. Bad guy. Oh, the needle is very, 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 very confident on that. Live forecast. New Jersey. Okay. Watching these charts to see how our live estimates are changing. In the electoral vote estimate chart, the shaded red and blue areas will shrink as the possible outcomes narrow. Okay. Oh, still 197 to 303, 235 to 340. And then where's the Silver Bulletin live model? Has it been updated? Nope, still been a minute. So let's say silver is right. Let's say this switches, and this switches, right? Like, cause yeah, let's say those are there. Let's say she wins Nevada. I think she could pull these three. But again, it's a fucking scary little number. I'm going to read some chat real quickly, just because I know you guys are like anxious and everything like that. So let's talk. Gambling was legalized in Nevada in 1931 during the Great Depression of the economy. Yes, Bolvis. Remember, big counties take longer to report all their numbers. More urban areas trend Democratic. That is true. It's just kind of hard because, you know what's interesting? There's a lot of updates on what mirages are, but different mirages in different counties. So, like, it's hard to tell what's a mirage and what's real because people very low-key said what was a mirage and what's real. So it's only in certain states that they gave you that. But there's a lot of different states going on, right? So, you know, in the major states, the mirages have pretty much, I mean, like, there's a reason things haven't been called. I I live in Austin, voted for Beto twice, and Allen. It just seems more and more pointless every time. I mean, the guys like Texas. First off, it's another close call for Cruz, but Texas is pretty solid red, right? Especially in this electoral cycle. So, like, I don't think that's very, very weird. James Skinner. It's weirdly frustrating watching lies polls. Research shows that economy, foreign, and everything wise, Trump is far worse than it's weirdly frustrating watching lies polls. Research shows that economy, foreign, and everything wise, Trump is far worse. Why do the rights vote for him? Most of the time, they're voting for him because, like, they liked the stock market that they had, right? So, like, the reason I think he would be incompetent and not, like, because the thing is that the dude is driven by narcissism and vibes, right? So, like, keep in mind, like, the proposals he had for the economy, the taxes that he had were problematic, right? In his first term, the proposals he has for the economy and certain things similar to the wall and shit like that has a couple uphill problems because, I mean, again, those people still have to get reelected. So if they can't really tank the economy like that because it's going to fuck over their ability and also their wallets, right? Like, markets will go down. Nobody in Congress wants to lose money. So they'll probably, like, I think he wants to coast off of what is right now a pretty recovering Biden economy. And probably, we'll have issues and everything like that. But I think there are severe issues. Can we hear OCD from Evo 2022? Yes, of course you can. Let's bring that up. There we go. How we doing, guys? All time low. Harris campaign, what are they saying? No. I'm not listening to Fox. Yeah, a lot of red retweeting and shit like that. Ugh. We're in a holding pattern, guys. New York process past one, prop one. Oh, it's playing again. Yeah, sorry. Okay. So, cheers with Sarah McBride. Yeah, Sarah McBride made history. It's wonderful. First openly trans person jumping on. Harris campaign PA. Let's see. Vibe of the Harris PA campaign. They're excited about Philly turnout. I mean, like, yeah, they've said that. But where are we at, buddy? Not a great for rural. Yeah, rural-wise, they're not going to do shit. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, both plus 7,000 from the 2016 results. Okay. Oh, the Seltzer poll was wrong. The vibes. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's nerve-wracking. Let's check Harry Enton. I haven't talked to Harry. I haven't looked at Harry Enton yet. This last thing from November 4th. Thank you. Florida and Ted Cruz. See, I need to see. Let's look at the 538 live blog. Sippy. Abortion ballots. Maryland, yes. Proposition 1 in New York, yes. Angela Ellsberg running ahead of her benchmarks in Maryland Senate rates. That's good. With 55% of the expected vote in North Carolina, I'm identifying patterns for the counties in and around the state's biggest metro areas. Harris is meeting or slightly exceeding her benchmarks in counties that compromise the research triangle, Wake, Durham, and Orange, with at least 75% of the vote reported in each. On the flip side, the Union County, just outside Charlotte, Trump is outperforming his benchmarks by 22.8. By 2 points with more than benchmark of R. No, that's his benchmark of R plus 22.8 by 2 points with more than 95% of the vote reported in. Okay. Wisconsin's close. Harris has 51. Trump has 47. In the Senate race, though, Tammy Baldwin is running ahead of Harris. She has 55 to Hovde. All right. Lots of House races to be decided. Warren's there. Sarah McBride, of course. Lennon, Backham. First results in Arizona. We have first results for swing sway out west with 49% of the expected vote in. It's Harris 50, Trump 49. In the Senate race, Democrats are running stronger. Ruben Gallego has 53 to Kari Lake's 45. Fuck you, Kari Lake. It will take days to count all the ballots in Arizona, although it may be impossible to make a projection earlier. It may be possible to make a projection earlier. Okay. So let's see. Let's see. We're in a weird pattern. Let's check in on Phil. How's Phil doing?
Especially as I selfishly have a concern because I have a pre-existing condition. So that is a concern. And I saw, my dad go through situations where his pre-existing condition, we have polycystic kidney disease, wasn't covered. So it's
yeah, he's going through a lot. He's nervous. I'm nervous. We're all nervous. How's the Bulwark? The Bulwark's going to be panicking.
Really, it felt like a poor judgment. If you had the Mitt Romney, Mitch McConnell, like the strategic move there to decide to not take care of Donald Trump. I mean, obviously Mitt Romney voted to convict, so not in the same category as Mitch McConnell. But it's pretty amazing, I guess, 10 years in, Mark, thinking kind of back about what you were saying with.
Well, look, let's look at Iowa real quickly as well. Let's do this. Where's the Washington Post pendulums and shit? Okay. Ooh. California closed at 11. Shit. Oh, Nevada closed at 10. I didn't know that. I thought Nevada closed. Closed at 10. Okay. Colorado's there. All right. Well, how's Atlanta? Oh. Mm-hmm.
Can we get crumble?
Can we get crumble? Yeah.
Also, I don't know if this is true, but apparently free stuff on election day.
I
don't know if it's true.
I mean, we could try it. Cure your anxiety with some food. D+6. Michigan. Ulster County. All I know is even if she wins, the fact that he's leading in swing state will be enough to fuel his supporters to call foul. Yeah, but that's not the point. The point is not necessarily whether it fuels his supporters. Like, it's bottom line results, right? Mark Robinson lost. Kerry Lake may lose. You know, certain people may run ahead or behind. It's a lot of different things. So we're figuring it out. Live updates a minute ago. Let's see. Medium metros. Again, I think I'm like trying to figure out how much vote is left to be counted. Let's go back to NBC, because the problem is NBC is panicking, and I don't like that. I'm trying to find like results where like we're getting stuff that's not like we're gonna explode. Well, here's this from 8 minutes ago.
Over to the battlegrounds that matter at the moment. The blue wall states still being held by the vice president. The Sun Belt states, as we start to move west, North Carolina and Georgia are the two battlegrounds we care most about. They are at the moment held by the former president of the United States. Again, this was his closest battleground win in terms of Biden was the closest to him back in 2020. It was 74,000 votes. He's just under 200,000 votes right now, 66% reporting. The former president at 52% of the vote. And again, Jake, as you come over and join me here, just let's remind our viewers, still votes to be counted. We know that. So then we want to use our technology to say, where are they? All right, where are they? And you see the bigger the circle means the more live outstanding votes. And the color tells you what's happening there. And at the moment, doesn't mean it will continue to be that way. You see Mecklenburg County, that's Charlotte and the suburbs. You see over here in the Raleigh-Durham area, Winston-Salem area, a little bit out of Nashville. So more votes to be counted out there. But Donald Trump at the moment with a pretty healthy lead.
And, you know, we have one of our excellent journalists is in Charlotte, is in the Mecklenburg County, Brianna Keeler, as the Board of Elections in Charlotte. Brianna, what can you tell us?
Status
yeah, that's
report.
right. So at this point, Jake, about 100,000 ballots are in out of several hundreds of thousands of ballots.
The needle is predicting certain things, and everybody else like, what the fuck's going on?
About 420 to 430,000 votes, which would have been early in-person votes to have been closed out and posted here to the State Board of Elections. So we could be seeing that literally any moment. But what we see right now is a picture of a fraction of this key county. It's about 34,000 absentee ballots that were received before 5 p.m. yesterday. And it's also an upload of about 70,000 Election Day ballots from today. And you see right behind me, you see that red satchel right there. That is really the key here. These are being delivered by car. We're almost in sort of what is a drive-through situation here outside of the building of the Board of Elections here in the.
We're just in a holding pattern, and all we have is the needle, and the needle is freaking everybody out, and it's freaking me out too. I'll be honest with you. It's scary because the needle's making assessments about things, but also Nate Cohn, I think, also said that he's worried about mirages there. There's predictions they're making. They're trying to be sobering. Also, the 538. I tend to follow Nate because he's contrarian, and whenever he's contrarian, he'll do okay. We're taking the model down for two reasons. One, it isn't capturing the story of this election that well. It's only based on called states and the timing of those calls. So far, the calls have been predictable, but no swing states have been called. And there's a lot of information that doesn't capture. Information that is mostly good for Donald Trump and bad for Kamala Harris. Oh, fuck. It's not the 50-50 race the called states might imply. Something like the New York Times Needle is a much better product. And secondly, it's very hard to do real-time debugging with a team that with just two people in a real-time environment. So we're spending a lot of time trying to fix code that isn't working right. And it's distracting from our ability to cover the election for you. We think we took on one too many things and appreciate your patience. You can find us all night long at the chat, and we'll send out additional newsletter posts once we have more of it. That's not good. It's okay. Don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic. Okay? Don't panic. Everybody's scared. Maryland, U.S. Senate, Democrats retain. Polls closed in Nevada. We won't see results for a while. Okay. State of California won't see results for a minute. So that's not good. Not good. Yeah, Trump is doing well. Trump is doing well. The reason I'm not freaking the fuck out right now is because, again, this is a toss-up. We know it is. I had good vibes, but it's a toss-up. Likely Trump, lean Trump. Arizona leans Trump or likely Trump? %77%. Yeah. She's not doing well in the Sun Belt. Let's check Michigan. Trump leads in the reported vote, but the remaining vote could still tip the race either way. We'll continue to adjust our estimate and more votes are reported. Okay. So it's close. Our best estimate leans towards Trump. Trump leads in the reported vote, but it appears to be on track to maintain that lead after money votes are counted. See the detailed forecast. slower and more uncertain here than in other states for Michigan. I just got invited to an exit poll. Interesting. It's too early. Thank you for doing this. Cheers from Houston. Oh, thank you, Corlia. Or Corla? Corlia? Thank you, Corlia. I appreciate that. The Nightmare Before Christmas. Yep. Maine flipped blue. I mean, Maine was going to be blue. Right. This is the estimate we're running. Like, I mean, like, I can't. He took down the model. But this was Silver's guess. Right? And this had flipped blue. So, right now, there's somewhat bad news for Harris. Here, here, and here. Her path is here. These, that, those. Right? Different thoughts on Michigan. People think that she may lose Michigan. Thank you for covering this election and your overall content. Tekken 8 is getting me through the day. Love from PR. Hey, Puerto Rico. How you doing, man? As a Michigander, the areas to watch are by Traverse County, Pinky Ring Finger, part of the hand, Lansing, and Wayne County, Detroit. Harris team says there's enough outstanding votes in Georgia to win the state. What? Wait, really? That's what I'm saying. Okay, so hold on. Okay. No surprises, says Chris Wallace. There's been no surprises or states that are flip parties. He said the projected electoral vote counts that we are seeing now are consistent with how the presidential race has been called in past elections. All the states that are Donald Trump won in that he's won states are states that he won in 2020. All the states Kamala Harris won are states that Joe Biden won in 2020. There's been no swing state that has flipped yet. Increased signs of concern in Virginia. 2 attendees at a private event in Washington, D.C.'s Conrad Hotel are showing increasing signs of concern that some of Trump's strength in Virginia and other places on the map. The race is in the key state that has been nearly neck and neck but has not yet been projected. Wait, so it didn't get projected? Oh. Latino men are breaking for Trump. One of the major efforts this cycle was chipping away that traditional Democratic voting bloc with a focus on men. They think every vote counts. They are outperforming Trump in 2020 and 2016 with Latino men. It could give him an important edge. In one example, Trump's team believed Latino voters could help him win the critical state of Nevada. We'll see. A large tranche of about 320,000 votes will soon be reported in Gwinnett County, Georgia, a crucial swing state. The election supervisor in that county told CNN. The votes represent both absentee and mail-in ballots. Gwinnett County Election Supervisor Zach Manifold says. We have uploaded to the states, so they're going through it, and it should be up there in a few minutes. Manifold said it is taking longer for the votes to be recorded than it usually does. It usually isn't that slow. It was just literally kind of excruciatingly slow. Yeah, Trump wins Ohio, of course. Milwaukee finishes recounting 30,000 absentee ballots as counting proceeds swiftly. Milwaukee has counted more than 63,000 of the 107,000 absentee ballots. Officials just announced. Let's see if Nate is in that chat now. All right, let's see. Yeah, see, like, by the way, people saying like bye Ann. No, dude, it's an outlier, of course. Was Iowa cold? Yeah, flipbacks. I mean, like, it's again, blue mirage, red shift. This has gotten down. Okay. Let's talk, News Nation. Okay. Let's do this. Let's see this. So, quick ballot counts could cause election day mirages. They may be good indicators of and they may not be good indicators of who will win. As election day, red or blue mirage when a candidate leads. All right, is the red mirage happening now? Former Donald Trump has an early lead right after the polls started closing on the East Coast. The red mirage phenomenon is an expectation that Republican voters are more likely to cast their ballots in person, whereas Democrats are more likely to vote by mail. That dynamic can result in GOP candidates seeing an early lead that later fades as mail-in ballots are counted. Rural counties count faster since they have fewer ballots to process, less crowded precincts, and shorter lines. The Hill Sunday host described, okay. So we are seeing a red mirage. Okay. That doesn't mean that it's wrong. Needle certainly thinks it's not, but it does mean that it's a red mirage a little bit. That's why it's not over yet. Let's look at NBC. Depending on how they're talking, I'll know where we're at. Let's look at...
Discernibly ahead. Let's see.
Let's look at Phil real quick.
Okay.
Phil.
Okay, wait. What is this? Oh my God, there's a whole conversation that I've missed. No. Okay.
Phil.
Yeah, so give me something more here. Cole D says, also thank you to most of the comments. Thank you for the super chats. I'm trying to bounce between regular chat and this, so I know that sometimes it's hard.
We're going through a lot, man. It's a nervous time. Like, everything that we said was going to happen.
Digits in Burke County. We check in on Luzerne County, and again, we've been talking about this one. As that same day vote comes in, this is Wilkes-Barre, this is Hazleton, another county with a substantial Hispanic population, one of the highest in Pennsylvania. Now Trump has hit his 2020 number there, and he's got a long way to go here. All that vote that's still to come in, we expect to be election day vote. The pattern, the trend is pretty clear here. So again, you're seeing Trump in good position in one of those big counties, densely populated counties in northeast Pennsylvania. Take a look down here at Cumberland County. We talked about this one a little while ago. This was a big hope for Democrats in Pennsylvania coming into tonight. Again, 95% means basically it's all in Cumberland County. Again, 2020 looked like this. It's basically the same. It's a fraction of a point different. But that's a win for the Trump campaign because in the context, look at this. It was an 18-point race. Trump won here by 18 points in 2016. Democrats made a huge jump. This was one of their biggest in the state in 2020, bringing it down to 10. They wanted to keep this going tonight. They didn't. Trump was able to stop the losses in Cumberland County. So again, that's something that encourages that his campaign exactly wanted to see right there. We're starting to get Erie County. Again, this would be the vote by mail in Erie County. The story we've been talking about elsewhere now is going to play out in Erie. This is the bellwether. It's one of the two that switched sides to Biden in 2020. The name of the game in the final two-thirds of the vote is, can Trump catch Harris with the election day vote? Just checking in on Philadelphia, we're up to two-thirds of the vote now in Philadelphia. And again, this is just Philadelphia, the city. And again, I think this is becoming a bit of a theme we're seeing in multiple states now, the Hispanic vote. Why did Trump make some progress? It was small, but it was there in Philadelphia in 2020. It was because he improved with Hispanic voters in Hispanic areas of the city. With two-thirds of the vote in Philadelphia now, it's 77-21. Well, that looks terrible, but compare that to 2020, and look at that. Trump is running 3.5 points better in Philadelphia than he did in 2020. Harris now 4 points off the Biden number. There is more mail to come, more vote by mail to come in Philadelphia. That will be a boost to Harris, but there's also more same-day vote to come, and you can see Trump is running above his 2020 levels there. So where this lands, the Trump campaign's goal in Philadelphia, is basically get that Biden number under 80%. So far, they're on course to do that. There's the wild card of the mail there that adds a lot of volatility to this. But again, you're starting to, as these counties fill in, you're starting to see some patterns, and patterns you're not just seeing in one state, you're seeing them in multiple states right now.
Don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic. It's okay. It's okay. All right? It's okay. It's nerve-wracking. I know. How we doing? We doing okay? Latinos. How many Trump fans did chose? I voted for Harris and Luzerne. I know. Que pasa? Glad I chose Zstream. Not all. Thank you for being here. I'm glad you're here. Kooky, I thought since as well. Thanks for the Jvacha Unibreath. Yeah, of course. Of course. Like again, I'll say that to everybody here. I did that show on Monday specifically to remind people of two things. Number one, I think those predictions will pan out in the sense that, like, worst case scenario, it's bad. The world doesn't end though. Best case scenario, it's good. We don't live in utopia, right? Much better things happen in the best case scenario. But like, look, I think that we are in a weird place right now, right? And again, Trump is making gains, right? Still a lot out. I want to see what the Harris campaign is saying. That's the thing. So like, and it's so hard because there's so much noise, right? Let's wade through this, and we're gonna ignore insane people, okay, and partisans. Nope. That's him panicking. What about Bakari Sellers? Yeah, but Bakari's a partisan. Y'all fucking stop counting things. Red Mirage. When the Red Mirage disappeared. Okay, so Biden jumps ahead in vote count, 8 p.m. Trump leads, Biden leads, 8 p.m. ET. Day 4. Georgia. Yeah. I mean, it could be, or it could be 2016. We will see. It all depends on margins. So I'm trying to be very. I'm optimistic, but at the same time, I'm very, very, very realistic. I don't want to be like coping, you know. Phil has a connection to that camp. Apparently, one of his co-hosts tonight was texting someone from that team. Ben. Oh, I know Ben. Ben's great. What do they say, Lazarus? It's 113, 210. Trump, can we panic? Is it? No. No, don't panic. Like, don't panic. That doesn't help. Don't panic. David is panicking. Yeah, everybody's panicking. Everyone is panicking. Like crazy. Where's the needle? Then we'll deliver a quick verdict. $210. Has he flipped anything? These two will 100% go to him, I think. Well, not 100%. I'm pretty sure they'll go to him. Very likely D, right? Leaning R. Leaning R, leaning R. These are the big ones. These are the red mirage that we're trying to figure out. These will go to her. That's why you shouldn't panic, all right? These haven't been called, but this will go to her. This I don't know, but it might go to her. This. We'll see. Right? Let's do this. Just because everybody wants to. Again, I'm not trying to give you copium, right? But like, wait till like you saw when Nate had that thing happen. I was like, oh, okay, that's not a great thing, right? So let's say, what's it? Change from 2020. Okay, all right. Let's mark these toss up, right? So toss up, toss up, toss up, toss up, toss up, right? This is the map right now, or toss up, right? Okay. This is the map right now with certainties there, right? Toss up. Okay. All right. These are the toss ups. The 6. I think there was what's the 7th state? What was the 7th state they had on there? Oh yeah, that's not that's red as fuck. Yeah, that's done. Okay. Where's the other state that she has right now? He has right now? West Virginia. Oh, this is not there yet. Okay. Where is it? I'm trying to recreate this map real quick. Michigan, Pennsylvania. Oh, is Wisconsin not called? Oh, Minnesota not called? Georgia, North Carolina, Virginia. Yeah, what am I missing? That's making it more than that. Maybe the extra votes. Okay, whatever. All right. So don't panic, Kane. Don't panic. Right? No matter what happens, everybody's incompetent. Okay? All right? They both run whatever campaigns. Okay? Senate sucks. There will be problems. There will be consequences. Don't act like there won't be. That's be really bad. But calm down. Also, like narcissists, like people, because there's a lot of things at play. All right? So let's start here. Number 1. Likely Trump gets that. Likely Trump gets that. Okay? We don't know, but those two. Right? Let's say it picks up those two. Let's say it also picks up Arizona. Right? Okay. Harris will 100% pick that up. Okay? So her at 113. All right? This is going to be 262. 113. She had 226. Right? Then she'll probably pick up Nevada, right? Let's say Trump picks up Nevada. That's a chance. Most likely will go to Harris, right? Like that's what it seems like. We'll see. If the Indies like really break for him, then it's different. Okay. Old Faithful. Okay. They're saying they have outstanding vote here that will flip. Okay. That's what this is. If outstanding mail ballot really is double digits in her favor, and outstanding ballots are there, these flip. If they don't, he's got to win 1. Right? This was always a race between these 3. Because this was the map Clinton won on. And this is the map Clinton lost on, right? It was always a race between these 3. You saw every time they were visiting this place, this place, this place. They would visit here occasionally to try to maintain their lead and do some stuff in the Sun Belt. Sun Belt's not panning out. That was the thing. They wanted to capitalize on her strengths or Biden's strengths. This is where we're at. right? I don't know about exit polls. I don't know. They tend to not be as accurate, right? But they could be. All right? But here's what you should prep yourself for. What is this? Is 272? What? Wait, what did I say she lost? Hold on, what? Hold on, what's going on? I think I marked a state that shouldn't have been marked. Did I mark a bad one? What? Oh, I may have. I don't know. What was Nate's analysis? Hold on. Am I doing my math? I'm doing my math wrong. What did I say switched? I'm so confused. Okay, I don't know what's going on. But like from what I know, it's between these states, right? Could be wrong, but I don't think I am. You switched Minnesota to fucking duh. I'm so dumb. I'm sorry. That fucking scared all of you. I'm so sorry. Sorry. But yeah, it's going to be like, this is where it's going to come down to, all right? Or let's put this likely just because we don't want to be partisan hacks, right? Okay? That's where it comes down to. Period. And the idea is Harris is playing catch up. Yeah, it's who can win this. Right? And so, yeah, it's between if Mail is really as she's saying, right? That's a gain. If not, that's a gain. Okay? It's between those two. That's what it's looking like it's going to be. And that has been the race since fucking, honestly, June. Right? I don't understand. Like, Georgia passed a bunch of draconian laws, made it very, very hard for people to vote. Obviously, it was going to kind of be like that. Arizona, I very highly doubted that they were going to flip. I don't even think they are going to. North Carolina, I think there was some hope. A little bit cope, I think, because they've been pretty heavily Trumpy. But that's what we're trying to do, right? The Seltzer poll, I think, is definitely a punch to Ann Seltzer. But at the same time, I don't... Like, it's a punch because she's been historically accurate with outliers, but also, like, she kind of said she would be inaccurate. I think, maybe even me reading into it, it was crazy. But, like, New Mexico is Harris, too. Yeah, New Mexico is Harris. But if you're looking at this map, yeah. Like, see, it's filling out. It's California's obviously going to go for Harris. Oregon's obviously going to go for Harris. Nevada, we don't know. This is going to go for Harris. This we don't know, but it leans R. Right? These are where this is going to be decided. Trump has an advantage in all three. So what is Team Harris saying? Let's look at Iowa. Let's look at how bad Iowa's like taking this. 78%. I mean, yeah. Seltzer was off. Mad off. Trump improved his margins, I think. Oh, 50% in there? Yeah. I'm going to also say this. like, and I posted this on Facebook and Instagram, to be honest. Please, 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 please. Oh, they probably pissed him off. But please, 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 do not listen to people who gloat or anything like that. Even if we start to win, don't listen to that shit. Like, it's not about it. It's about doing the best you can. How's Phil? I'm gonna check in on what's Steve Kornacki. How's Steve Kornacki doing? Oh, I can't move the camera around. Okay. Where's Phil at? Phil's nervous. I know it. He's like,
drinking raw milk is kind of like playing Russian roulette, and the more you keep drinking, the more likely it is to
not win them any votes. So I guess good for America, but ultimately didn't do anything.
I'm going on a quick search to see how other people are reacting. Let's see. I'm going.
If they could drive jobs that help globalization back.
60% of the vote in. We have Pennsylvania 68% of the vote in. Michigan 28% of the vote in. And then Georgia's still at that 93%. Arizona at 53% has a lean Trump. But oh yeah, look at that! Look at that breakdown there.
Yeah,
the battle of the bubbles. I'll just keep repeating.
You know, it does kind of reflect. I mean, going into this, Jake Sullivan and Joe Biden, they had this belief that if they could drive.
My heart is breaking with this. The fact that it's so close makes me just not want to live here anymore. Of course, don't feel like that. Don't feel like that. And I feel like that too sometimes, you know? And I understand that, right? My thing here is to... I think there are issues that America definitely has, and there are norms that are being shifted, right? I think there are things that we have to protect other people, but you have to understand that there's the electoral consequences, there's the culture. Electorals, culture, and, economy, right? Electorals are probably the scariest thing right now, right? But the culture is kind of amorphous, and it moves against whatever incumbent party is there a lot of the time. And, you can see a lot of issues, but keep in mind that, let's game out what happened. Let's confront the fear, right? Let's confront the fear of Trump being all-powerful Trump man, right? Number one, he's going to be unpopular when he gets into office again. If he does, right? If he wins this, he's unpopular immediately. Number two, has more power. That's a problem. Supreme Court, fucked. That's really, really bad. Number three, I don't think that there's a reality where he gets to, serve out forever for two reasons. Number one, everybody in Congress is selfish. And so they will probably that's another thing. People in Congress are selfish. Ted Cruz is selfish. He'll kiss the ring, but just because he's selfish. He's not gonna he'll the fact. So there's boundaries he's still gonna have. The problem is the boundaries he's gonna cross are really bad. And that's an issue. There are some issues that Harris has. There are issues also within, it's going to be one of those presidencies where you have, it's very similar to Nixon, right? Nixon was incredibly horrific. He did a lot of damage. There's a lot of damage that's going to happen. I think also after this, I think there needs to be a huge break from anybody even considering a third-party vote anymore. Don't entertain that shit. That's not why we lost. That's not why, or we haven't even lost yet. So, it's still up in the air. So please, 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 please don't panic and don't lose, faith. It is saddening if this continues, if it's bad. It's saddening. But it is, you can still fight for it. And again, I understand that there are parts of this I don't understand. I'm not a woman. I don't have my rights on the ballot like that. I completely understand that. Also, I am a minority. I am Muslim. I do worry about that. But again, people are incompetent. People are selfish. there are bad things that happen and there are good things that happen. Like everything, if you're looking at all of those dictatorships that have happened over the last century, most of them have been a much more aggressive cultural shift. And this is less of an aggressive cultural shift and more of a middling cultural shift. So I expect electoral consequences to be problematic. If the worst thing can happen, that happens. Electoral consequences are hugely problematic. Cultural consequences are a wash. I think they'll shift back. It'd be like a second Bush term, right? Lastly would be economic consequences. I would say that's a wash as well. There will be problems economically. But Trump will also probably want to look better. So, like, for example, the wall was a big thing that was, like, going to fuck everybody. And he wanted to really get that, and he couldn't get everything across the line, right? And the reason for that was because it cost too much money. So he's not going to fucking do that, you know? So thank you so much, Kate Thomas. Thank you for bringing us together through this, to my dear friend. Of course, right? I think if you're looking at, in terms of, like, how the tariffs, like, I don't know if the tariffs are going to happen. Like, I think some of them will, but I think they will be backlash. And if there's backlash, they switch. Because he doesn't want market. He wants to look good. He wants, like, it's branding, right? Think about a branding clown, and you get what it is. He wants to be branded as that. He wants to, like, let's say in the long term, Trump, let's game out the worst possible things so we can confront our nervousness. Let's say Trump wins amongst black and Latino men, right? Doesn't win, but, like, gets a larger margin. He's going to want to try to cultivate that base, right? And people are going to swing against him because they're annoyed. And it's just going to be a different thing. I think the biggest thing is that the country does become a little bit more conservative. I don't think that means that rights are gone. I don't think that means that there's certain rights that will be gone. That's a problem, right? But I do think that there's going to be pushback. It's not like we lose everything. It's bad, but it's not like the end. We're not in, like, Soviet Russia right now. Does that make sense? Or we're not in Germany in 1941 yet. There's still multiple steps before you get there, right? And we have a lot of the symptoms. That's a problem. But, you know, that's where we're at. Like, and by the way, it's close. It's still close. You know? This is something we've been talking about for a while. Brainworm guy, that's a fear. Brainworm guy in charge of healthcare, definitely that is a fear. That is a fear. Robert F. Kennedy, yeah, not great. Not great. That's scary. But also, who else is getting the healthcare there? It's a bunch of grifters in Congress. If there's problems, they're going to be like, I don't want to, yeah. So, keep in mind, all those motherfuckers got a vaccine and then complained about it. So. Whew. Let's check back with NBC.
Sign for Kamala Harris. She's on top there, overperforming Biden just slightly. 95% of the vote is in. Again, Dore, if we bring it out to past elections, it almost always picks the winner in the state of Wisconsin. So that's a good sign for her because it's a bellwether. I do want to check in some of these Democratic strongholds. Eau Claire, 92% in, kind of performing at the same level as Biden. That's good news for her. She wants to keep it there. We don't have any data there. What else we have? I think here in La Crosse, this is another Democratic stronghold, 92% in. Biden was at 53. She's 55, I should say. She's slightly underperforming. So listen, still a lot of vote. Let me see how much vote is still out. Still about 40% of the vote. But here's what's tough for Democrats in Wisconsin. Of the battleground states, each of those blue wall states is different. But of all the battleground states, Wisconsin is the widest. So they can drive up the margins with at least African-American voters and some Latino voters that are going to stay loyal to the Democrats in this election. What they can do, there's about 100,000 college students in the state of Wisconsin, and they usually fare better, much better with those university students. We're going to have to wait and see, as we say right there, too close to call.
All right, we got a big projection to give right here. This is the Ohio Senate race. It was a hotly contested race. Bernie Moreno, the car dealer, Republican, will pick up that seat, unseating the incumbent Sherrod Brown. This is quite a moment because, barring any unforeseen circumstances, it appears that Republicans, with that victory, will take control of the United States Senate. Again, it's not an official projection at that moment, but if things happen as expected, it would look like a two-seat gain here in the Senate.
Fox News is increasingly optimistic. The campaign chief said that the race will not come into focus until the early morning hours, when several so-called states in the so-called blue wall, including Wisconsin, Michigan, share more of their voter data. She also suggested staffers get some rest. This is what we've been built for, so let's finish up what we've from us tonight, get some rest, and this. Bullish mood over, yeah, because they're going to be bullish no matter what. Sherrod Brown lost, yeah. Schiff obviously won. Harris would need late mail-in ballots after Election Day. Oh, no. Abortion rights. Some people did not understand how bad abortion overall across the state is. Yeah. Trump is narrowly but discernibly ahead. Yep. Yeah, we will take care of each other. Look at this. Elemento 82002. That's what's going to happen. We're going to take care of each other, okay? All right? Okay? We will take care of each other. Turn it off until morning. Okay? It's okay. It's okay. I know. I know. It's scary. It's 8:18. So this is where we're at, right? And people are saying it's a morning kind of thing. So that's what I'm trying to see is are we in a red mirage right now? Let's look at how much has been counted per state. North Carolina got called. All right. Yeah, she's underperforming. What do I mention in my reason prediction? Yeah, new media is going to be a big thing, right? I think you will be back in the 80s. Yeah, he wins North Carolina. Okay, guys. So there's a couple things I'm going to say very quickly. Let me switch it real quickly. We're not screwed. Stop. We're not screwed. Listen to me what I'm saying. The purpose of this stream, and the purpose of this, Phil's already doing a stream, right? The purpose of this stream was to kind of give you guys a version of this where you do not panic, right? I think the issue is there's two worlds that emerge, right? And what happens to you is like, 'cause the biggest issue with me was, I'll be very honest with you. I remember the Bush presidency, the second Bush the second election, where I was like crushed and very afraid, and it fucked with me. And then I remember 2016, and it fucked with me. And all of the same, like honestly, it's a lot of the similarities, right? Even 2020. 2020, I think, was scary because of the pandemic and how bad it would be. And even RFK, that's scary. You have a lot of issues. I think the main thing that fucked with me those years was the panic made me unable to move, right? When you panic, you're unable to move and you're unable to do certain things, right? Keep in mind that even in the States, there were abortion referendums, and abortion is still a popular issue, right? And there's a reaction to this election. There will be a reaction. People, if Kamala Harris ekes it out, it'll be like, oh my God, that was close. If Trump wins, it will be like, what have we done? That's going to be the reaction. Like, you also have to understand that, like, yes, X is probably going to be an enormous platform, right? It's also the least used platform by everybody else. You have culture, you have electoral laws and things that happen, right? And then you have the economy, right? So so listen, 2 out of those, right? If this is electoral, this is the economy, this is the culture. This has to follow these all the time. This has to follow these. These are driven by backlash and by instinct, right? And you can affect them a little bit. This is definitely going to be affected by Trump being in there. But again, you're going to get a lot of shit. There's going to be consequences too that I think, will happen if this ekes out the way it's supposed to. I am very conspicuous. The thing that I'm probably the most mad at is it's very hard for me to cover this because of the overreactions. Oh my God, people stop texting my phone. But yeah, I think in general, I'm going to end the stream in a second, by the way. But the main thing I want to say is, please, if Harris somehow is in the lead tomorrow, if Harris is in the lead tomorrow morning, and you're like, oh my God, it's like 2020 again, and she won, you still have work to do. If, Trump wins, you still have work to do. You still have an election in 2 years. You still have gridlock. Do you understand? There are things that happen that are independent of just the election and organizing. There are things that we will be set back on, and there are things that we can advocate for and move forward on, right? And there's some privileges in certain states, some privileges not in certain states, right? So the main thing you have to do, especially, right? Again, that's why I made that video, right? You have to make sure of a couple things. Number one, protect the people closest to you. Organize, protect them, right? Do the best you can, okay? Number two, probably find a counter content thing to try to make sure that manosphere shit doesn't take over. I think there's a hard it's gonna shift to the center again, right? Number three, vote in the next election. There will probably be a irregardless of who wins, vote in the next election, because Senate, House, flip, and do not panic. Like, I get it. I am scared too. I am self-aware of this because I felt this in 2020. And I know the consequence. I know what was at stake. I know what was threatened. I know what got through. I know what didn't get through. I know what guardrails are still there. I know what guardrails are not there. To be honest, the one thing that we're not talking about is how certain guardrails are holding up tonight. Certain guardrails are there. In Georgia, there was all these voter problems, but turnout happened. And even in the counties where there were threats to people from Russia and shit like that, the Republicans left those counties open to keep voting. There are issues with, like, oh, you can't get water online. Those are draconian, right? And they make things harder. But also, you know, there's turnout and ground game that works well. So, and by the way, like, there was also 2 years where they underestimated Democrats and Democrats did well. So, look, this is tough. Regardless of what happens tomorrow. But please, 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 don't scare yourself. Don't panic. I punch to my chest. But don't do that. The last thing I will say is this. Don't gloat about Palestine or Gaza. Right? Like, don't gloat if you're a Green Party voter. That's fucked up. People are scared. People are scared. People in Gaza are going to get hurt. Don't gloat. Number two. Do not listen to pundits. Pundits suck, dude. Pundits don't know what they're talking about. Like, including Democratic pundits. Hassan is going to be like, I was right about everything. And Ben Shapiro is going to be like, I was right about everything. They're all going to be like, we were right. And people who are, like, super in the tank are going to be like, this was just aggravated. It's chaos. Don't listen to that. Okay? The world is not Twitter. The world is filled with a lot of people with different viewpoints and everything like that. And most people do get fucking tensed up when they hear shit like the thing in Madison Square Garden. It's very clear this is not like, keep in mind, this is not like a bunch of Trump, like the crazy MAGA hats winning. It's a situation of underperformance and overperformance of people plugging their noses. Everybody's dissatisfied with this election. So, look, I love you guys. Please, please don't overthink this, right? Okay? There's a reason I made that video. Go watch it. Understand that there will be problems. Understand the RFK thing is serious, but we have options. Okay? All right? We're not done. We're not done. And we're not going to let it, like, they said we're not going back. We're going to probably take a step back if the worst thing happens. But then you still hold on, you know? All right? Okay? I appreciate y'all. I'm going to log off. All right? I'm going to hang with my girlfriend. We will get crumble cookies and eat some of our feelings. But I'm going to wake up tomorrow. And regardless of what happens, I will brush my shoulders off, and I'll keep doing what I do. If anything, you get better content. By the way, content will that doesn't, like, this country runs off money. if you make content that's pissed off at the administration, that makes money, right? Like there's yeah. Keep in mind, Trump's first term had stupid Watergate. All right? Okay? So, yeah. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Don't panic. Okay? All right, we'll be okay. All right. Talk soon.